back to another L.A.M.E Splunk training. Today we're going to talk about the search bar, particularly the search bar right over here, and then a little bit of time manipulation and things you can do there. There's a lot of information here, so we're going to try to go through really quick. Principle here, when you come to your search, you can choose to use some presets where you've got real-time searches, relative searches. You can look at yesterday, today, last 15 minutes, all time. You have the ability to go relative, so you can choose, hey, I want to go back 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, 32 minutes, whatever you want to do. Real-time setup here. You can use a date range. The date range and the date time range are almost identical, minus one takes a full date starting with midnight to midnight, whereas in date time range you actually get the hours and minutes that you can apply there, and then you have some ability to use some of the built-in Splunk commands here, and we're not going to cover these in this tutorial, but let's just talk really quickly. I'm going to go grab the last 15 minutes, and if I do this, index equals L.A.M.E training, source type equals L.A.M.E con, and I just run this, it's going to give me back all the results over the last 15 minutes. Now, on the other hand, one of the things you'll see here is the ability to do a 30-second real time. You'll normally hear real time is bad, and I would agree with that statement, but there's a reason real time is available. It's one of the biggest functions. There are other places. Biggest tool I use it as is a system administrator. When I want to make sure that my data starts coming in, I don't want to keep refreshing that bar searching. So I'll hit, for example, a 30-second window when I've added a new data source. And I'll just let this tick away until I actually get a data source coming in. And so that's kind of interesting that I don't have anything coming in. I wonder if my source has stopped. And so if I restart my log generator, I say I want to run it for 1 minute, start that source up, and all of a sudden I will start seeing logs coming in. So I now know that my data inputs is actually working as intended. That is the biggest reason I use real-time searches. It's not, usually you're not going to use it a lot during the other things. So one more thing to use, make results allows you to create your own data set, and I'm going to use that just for the purpose of this demo. So I'm going to say I want to eval time equals now. It's kind of redundant. I already have the time field if I wanted it, but so I can declare any variable I want here and give it a value, and it's not looking here at an index, it's just going to go generate this information. Now what I want to do is I want to go get the time in the future. So I'm going to use an eval statement, and I'm going to say eval, and then I'm going to set time. I'm going to use the same time because I like time. I mentioned this in other videos. This will make so you don't have to manipulate the time, do strict time on it. Otherwise, it'll show an epoch time, a bunch of seconds, and that's really hard to read. So I like to just keep my time variables as time if I can. And I'm going to say take now and add 1 plus, you got to put the plus in there, 1 day. And so this will add 1 day to the current time. Notice 10:28. I run this, and now it's running 10:29. I could go 1 hour, and it's 14:29, 15:29. I can go 1 minute. Maybe I'll go 10 minutes. And it's changed it there. Interesting one here is MON. So let's go, and if I do 12 MON, that's the same thing as 1 year. So that should change this to 2023. Boom. I can go 12 years. And the same thing goes, I can go negative. Just a little lesson. We talk about epoch time. It's based off 1970. That happens to be from today, 42 years ago. So if I go minus 45, this should actually error. Nope, I can't do math. 49 years. And then change this to 59 years. And we get an error. So you can't subtract past 1970, and that's because epoch time is seconds past 1970. It doesn't understand negative epoch. So just recognize that you can only, using this time field, going up and down time, you can only go back till January 1st, 1970. I hope this helps give you an idea of what you can do with time. You've got your fields. It's on the tutorial. You can manipulate minutes or things like that. Anyway, hope this helps you on your quest from becoming a L.A.M.E analyst to a Splunk ninja.